That's a lovely way to get off the mark. The batsmen are looking for two. Great job done by the fielder in the deep. Hit straight to a fielder.
South Africa will be looking to blast away from the start with fielding restrictions in place.
Lee to begin a new spell. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. Kirsten waiting at the striker's end. It should just reach the fence. That's the first boundary for Kirsten.
South Africa will be looking to blast away from the start with fielding restrictions in place.
McGrath to begin a new over. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. McGrath to bowl to Gibbs. Shot. That's the first boundary for Gibbs. That's a good shot. That was a superb placement.
Well, a delivery like that really is easy pickings for any quality batsman.
McGrath to bowl to Gibbs. That was just inches from the stumps. Hit straight to a fielder. McGrath to Gibbs.
South Africa can't have hoped for a better start. The target's looking very reachable at this rate.
Lee to Kirsten. The required run rate is around 6.5 and over. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. Picked up by Warren. The score is now no wicket for 14. Lee to Gibbs. Didn't quite get hold of that one properly. Lee to Gibbs. Gibbs waiting at the striker's end. A long hop and punish. Gibbs moves into double figures with those runs. Hit straight at Warren. There's a mix-up with the batsman, so there was 8 off that over. McGrath to Kirsten. Now the run rate stands at just over 6.5 and over. There it goes. That takes him into double figures. McGrath continues. That could be a very painful blow. McGrath at the start of his run-up. That's rolling towards the fence. It should be 4 runs. This batsman won't miss anything that's short.
He really laid into that delivery. 4 runs all the way.
That's the end of the 5th over.
South Africa will be very pleased with this start to their innings.
Lee to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 6.5 and over. Lee continues. Lee at the start of his run-up. He's got onto that one. He struck that straight down the ground.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
So they need 294 to win from 267 balls. Lee to Gibbs. So they need 294 to win from 266 balls. Lee continues. McGrath to begin a new over. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Martin is not going to reach that. He's timing the ball perfectly today.
Oh, great shot. That was 4 from the moment it left the bat.
It's straight to a fielder. It's straight at Bevan. .43 overs are left for South Africa. Lee to begin a new over. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. Lee continues. It's straight to a fielder. Beautiful shot. Gibbs has now moved into the 20s. Super wicket keeping. McGrath to begin a new over. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. A long hop and punish. Kirsten has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. That's a great shot. That was sweetly timed.
Well, he might have pleased his skipper with that delivery. He needs to keep it tight.
McGrath continues. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. 41 overs are left for South Africa. Lee to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 6.5 and over. Tucked off his legs. That's straight up in the air. Kirsten very quickly onto that one.
He'll be pleased with that one. It came sweetly out of the middle of the bat.
The batsman will have to run these. He looked as if he was home to me. Ooh, that looked quite nasty. Kirsten is now on strike. That's the end of the 10th over. McGrath to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 6.5 and over. Stopped by Warren. He smashed that away. Super shot by Gibb.
That was quite wide and allowed the batsman room to hit it for 4.
39 overs are left in the innings. We're about to see the first bowling change. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. They have 39 overs to get 265. Hit straight at Martin. So they need 265 to win from 231 balls. over pitch and driven for 4. Kirsten very quickly onto that one.
Really good shot there. Nicely timed and picked the gap perfectly.
Hit straight to a fielder. McGrath to begin a new over. The required run rate has crept up to around 6.5 and over. Great shot by Gibbs. Gibbs won't miss anything bowled 2-4.
He played that shot to perfection.
Short and smash for 4. He was onto that in a flash.
Yes, that was a lovely shot. He will have enjoyed that one.
I think he was easily back in the crease there. Kirsten is now on strike. The batsman will have to run these. Gibbs is now facing. Great shot by Gibbs. Gibbs is looking to punish any short deliveries.
He really laid into that delivery. 4 runs all the way.
That over helped the run rate somewhat. Kirsten is now facing. The run rate stands at just under 6.5 and over. That's pierced the leg side field. South Africa move on to 81. Gillespie to Gibbs. That's too short and it's been dispatched before. I saw that one early.
He dispatched that short ball with a certain amount of disdain.
South Africa move on to 85. Hit straight to a fielder. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. There's a nice bit of timing.
Perfectly played. He got right over that ball and played it with a nice straight bat.
Two, 3, 8 runs required. Kirsten facing. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. The batsmen are looking for 2. Picked up by Martin. McGrath continues. McGrath to bowl to Kirsten. Well, that could go all the way to the fence. That was a brilliant hook shot.
It was a good shot, but the bowler shouldn't be bowling at him there.
A long hop and punish. Klusener is looking to punish any short deliveries.
That was a gift for the batsman.
The run rate stands at just under 6 and over. There should be some runs here. This is a really vital innings by Gibbs. Gibbs has reached his 50 from 46 balls. Batsmen are coming back for 2. He's struggling to get back here. Well, that has to be close.
He deserves the applause from the crowd. He's played really well.
The new batsman won't have to face just yet. Well, that's found the gap in the field. He's found the gap with that one. That's the first boundary for Palace. Well, that's found the gap in the field. Hit straight at Harvey. 34 overs are left in the innings. McGrath to begin a new over. Now the run rate stands at just over 6 and over. McGrath at the start of his run-up. The batsman will have to run these. The batsmen are coming back for a second. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. That's gone high in the air, and he's got away with it. That's a superb throw.
There was never a run there. I can't believe they even tried for it.
Gibbs is finally out for 55. That was a fine innings from Gibbs.
He did well out there and didn't let the bowlers get the upper hand at any stage.
Klusener is the new batsman for South Africa. 33 overs are left in the innings. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Stopped by Bevan. There's a mix-up with the batsman. Direct hit.
Just throwing away wickets. He was nowhere near making his ground.
Tullis goes for only 5. Foolish running. That's simply throwing wickets away.
Dreadful judgment by the two batsmen. The captain won't be pleased about that.
Klusener takes guard. There it goes. That's the first boundary for Klusener. Gillespie to Klusener. That's straight up in the air. That was a mighty hit.
The fielder just watched it, going, going, going.
That's gone high in the air. That takes him into double figures. Gillespie continues. That's gone high in the air. Wasn't a very good delivery.
He picked that ball up beautifully. The bowler will have to be careful not to put the ball in that area again.
32 overs are left in the innings. McGrath to begin a new over. Now the run rate stands at just over 6 and over. Those are the first runs for Rhodes. Klusener waiting at the striker's end. Over pitched and driven for 4. Klusener has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. I think he was easily back in the crease there. McGrath continues. That's gone high in the air. That was a really confident shot.
That was a gift for the batsman.
Nine runs came from that over for South Africa. Gillespie to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 6 and over. And the batsman didn't look at all comfortable there. Gillespie to Rhodes. Played into the gap. Steered expertly into the gap. That's the end of the 20th over. There's a change in the bowling for Australia. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Super bowling there. It might just have done too much. He smacked that over the top and been rewarded with 4. Lee is not impressed.
Lovely shot. It raced away to the fence for 4.
Klusener is now facing. A long hop and punish. You really can't afford to pitch short on this track.
That was a good shot. He saw it early and got into position quickly.
That over cost 8 runs. Rhodes waiting at the striker's end. Now the run rate stands at just over 6 and over. He's worked that into the gap. Lehman just picks that up inside the rope. Gillespie to bowl to Rhodes. Gillespie to Rhodes. Didn't quite get hold of that one properly. He's worked that into the gap. Lehman just picks that up inside the rope. Well, that's found the gap in the field. Rhodes moves into double figures with those runs. The batsmen are after 2. The batsmen are in trouble here. That really is a suicidal run out. Rhodes goes for 11. Lee to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 6 and over. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. The batsmen are looking for 3. Hayden reaches it before it crosses the boundary. Lee at the start of his run-up. Stopped by Bevan. It's a mix-up with the batsman. The umpire's not certain, so he's requesting the 3rd umpire. He's got it into the gap. Pollock is off the mark. Hayden reaches it before it crosses the boundary. Pollock facing. Stopped by Martin. 27. Overs are left for South Africa. Gillespie to begin a new over. The required run rate has crept up to around 6 and over. He smashed that one right out of the ground. That went a long way back into the stands.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
It's in the air. That really was excellent timing.
What can I say about that shot? He looks in top form today.
There it goes. Klusener raises his bat to the crowd to acknowledge the applause. That brings up his half-century. Gillespie to bowl to Klusener. There it goes.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
20 runs were picked up from that over by Gillespie. Lee to begin a new over. Now the run rate stands at just over 5.5 and over. Ooh, that looked quite nasty. He's got it into the gap. Play it away with comfort. Lee at the start of his run-up. Play it away with comfort. We're going to see the leg spinner worn. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That's through the gap, and it'll go for 4. That's the first boundary for Pollock. The score is now 5 for 189. Pollock facing. Warren to bowl to Pollock. I think he was easily back in the crease there. He's worked that into the gap. Warren to bowl to Pollock. Stopped by Hayden. Lee to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 5.5 and over. Played into the gap. It's beaten the fielder, but it won't go all the way. Didn't quite get hold of that one properly. Pollock moves into double figures with those runs. Picked up by Hayden. Pollock is now facing. .23 overs are left for South Africa. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That's through the gap, and it'll go for 4. He picked the length quickly with that one.
That was beautifully played. He was well over the top of the ball.
It's beaten the fielder, but it won't go all the way. There it goes. That's an excellent diving stop. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. That's over the rope. 6 runs after Warren. These two players have now put on 53. It's high in the air. Pollock absolutely smashed that for 6.
Well, you can't set fields for shots like that. That's brilliant.
22 overs are left for South Africa. Lee to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 5 and over. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. Klusener facing. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. He's gone over the top with that, and it looks like 4 runs. Pollock has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. 21 overs are left in the innings. Warren to bowl his leg spin. The run rate stands at just under 4.5 and over. Warren continues. It's in the air. Pollock really takes advantage of anything over pitch.
That was beautifully played. He was well over the top of the ball.
Safely taken by Warren.
That was a lazy shot. He'll regret that when he sees the replay.
Pollock is making his way back to the pavilion. Boucher facing his first ball. That's gone high in the air. That's the first boundary for Boucher. Warren continues. Stopped by Bevan. That's the end of the 30th over. There's a change in the bowling for Australia. The required run rate is around 4.5 and over. That's gone high in the air. It's high in the air. The crowd really enjoyed that shot.
The captain might be forced to make a change in the bowling if the bowler keeps bowling like that.
Hit straight to a fielder. Played into the gap. Batsmen are coming back for 2. Ponting reaches it before it crosses the boundary. Boucher moves into double figures with those runs. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. Warren to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 4 and over. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. It's in the air. Hit down the ground beautifully by Klusener.
He dispatched that for 4 with great confidence.
Klusener is now facing. It's high in the air. Well, that was 6 as soon as he hit it.
A bowler won't like that one little bit.
Warren to Klusener. That's found the gap in the field. (18) overs are left for South Africa. Gillespie to bowl to Klusener. The required run rate is around 4 and over. That's straight up in the air. Klusener has one eye on his 100 now. That's gone high in the air. Looks in good form out there.
Fantastic shot there. He knew it was 4 as soon as he struck it.
Gillespie at the start of his run-up. Klusener facing. That's straight up in the air. Gillespie is not impressed.
Lovely front foot shot. Head over the ball, wrists in front of the bat as he played through the line.
Gillespie continues. That's gone high in the air. Klusener raises his bat to the crowd to acknowledge the applause. Klusener reached his century of 54 balls. Gillespie at the start of his run-up. It's high in the air. He really can't afford to pitch short on this track.
He picked it up nicely and it's got him 4.
17 overs are left in the innings. The run rate stands at just under 3 and over. Done him all ends up. Warren has got the wicket. Confident appeal. The umpire's not moving on that one. I thought it looked very close.
Yes, Richie, he just managed to get outside the line of that one. Not out, and a good decision.
54 runs required. Warren continues. Warren continues. That's got through, he's out. Warren has struck here.
He lost the line of the ball and it went straight through him.
Overs are left for South Africa. Gillespie to bowl the last of his allotted overs. The required run rate has crept up to around 3 and over. That's gone high in the air, just over pitched by Gillespie.
Well, they don't come much straighter than that. Got the full face of the bat on it and stroked it past the bowler.
That's gone high in the air. Super shot by Klusener.
The bowler put that right in his favourite area.
That's gone high in the air. He hit that with awesome power.
That was a good shot. He saw it early and got into position quickly.
Gillespie to bowl to Klusener. There it goes. That's straight up in the air. That's the first boundary for Donald. That's the end of the 45th over. Warren to begin a new over. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 2 and over. There it goes. Placed that superbly.
That was a nicely timed shot. You don't need to smash the ball to the boundary every time.
It's high in the air. That was a really confident shot.
That was a perfect straight drive, met with an absolutely straight bat. Demoralising for the bowler.
It's gone way into the stands. 6 runs. That was still going up as it cleared the rope.
The bowler won't like that one little bit.
Warren at the start of his run-up. It's straight at Ponting. Klusener is now facing. That could be a very painful blow. Warren is back in the attack. That's in the stands. 6 runs. Warren won't like that at all.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he struck it.
20 runs were picked up from that over by Warren. We're about to see a change in the bowling. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. He's worked that into the gap. It's high in the air. Harvey is not impressed.
What a ripper. The crowd enjoyed that one.
That's straight up in the air. The bowler won't like that one little bit.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he struck it.
Well held.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Klusener eventually goes for 50. Klusener is getting a standing ovation.
That'll give the team a boost. It's always uplifting when the tail enders make a few runs.
The next man in is Adams. Harvey gets his first wicket. Thirteen overs are left for South Africa. Donald waiting at the striker's end. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. Warren to Donald. Oh, that's a really superb shot. That was 4 the moment it left his bat.
That looked like 4 the moment he struck it.
Warren to bowl to Donald. The batsmen will have to run these. The batsmen are in trouble here. Overs are left for South Africa. Harvey to begin a new over. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. That's the first runs of the day for Adams. Donald waiting at the striker's end. Donald moves into double figures with those runs. So to sum up then, South Africa win by 1 wicket.